Okay, we've all thought about it. That next promotion, that next step up in our careers. But how do you actually get there? Do you have to be some kind of workplace hero pulling off a single massive project? Or is the secret something much, much quieter? Let's dig in. So let's just ask the question straight up. How do you get promoted? I think a lot of us imagine it plays out like a scene from a movie. You land the huge client, you save the day on a project that was on fire, and you get a round of applause in a big meeting. It feels like you need to make a huge splash. But what if that's not the real story at all?
This really gets to the heart of it. On the one hand, you've got the myth we're all sold, that you get ahead with these big, bold moves and loud, flashy confidence. But the reality, according to the leaders who are actually making these calls, well, it looks a whole lot different. It's built on quiet consistency, routine work, and just becoming absolutely undeniably reliable.
So let's talk about this quiet reality. Here's the big secret, the thing that not everyone realizes. The decision to promote you is almost always made months, sometimes even a year before it's ever announced. It's not about one single moment. It's about a long pattern of behavior.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? The most significant career leaps, the ones that really change your trajectory, they don't come from some dramatic high-stakes play. Nope, they're the result of a steady, unwavering commitment to just doing the work well, day in and day out. So what in the world is quiet consistency? Well, it's the routine stuff. It's the often undesirable, sometimes flat-out boring work that just has to get done. It's all the little things you do that make life easier for your customers, your manager, and your teammates. It's not about being flashy. It's about being solid. Think about it like this. Your next job title isn't something you win in a single high-pressure presentation. It's earned in all those quiet moments, through countless small actions that leaders are observing over a long, long time. Trust me, they're always watching, trying to figure out who is truly ready. And all this quiet work, it builds up the single most valuable asset you have in your career. And it's not your last big win. It's trust. Trust is the currency that buys you more responsibility, bigger projects, and better opportunities. So what's really going through a leader's mind? Well, it boils down to three things. First, these promotion decisions are happening privately, behind closed doors, and they're based on your entire track record. Second, and this is huge, they value small, reliable actions way more than one big home run. And third, they need to see you absolutely nail the fundamentals before they'll ever dream of trusting you with the big strategic stuff. I know. This one feels a little weird, right? We're constantly told to innovate, to be a disruptor. But when it comes to actually moving up, being the person that your team and your boss can always count on, that is often way more valuable. That dependability, that becomes your superpower. Okay, so we get it. Trust is the goal. But how do you build it? Let's dive into the practical and maybe slightly unexciting blueprint for building that rock-solid credibility. It really comes down to these simple, almost boring behaviors. Writing down what was decided so there's no confusion later. Showing up to every single meeting actually prepared. Being the person who flags risks ahead of time instead of after the fact. And maybe the most important one, just doing what you say you're going to do every single time. These are the real building blocks of trust. And please, don't ever underestimate these so-called soft skills. Showing up on time, sending out an agenda before a meeting, communicating clearly. These aren't just polite little things. They are powerful signals to leadership that you are organized, you are respectful of other people's time, and you are ready for more. So how can you start applying this stuff, like today? Let's talk about your Advancement Toolkit. We've got 2 really practical tools you can start using right now to build your case for that next big step. First, you have to make learning a constant habit. Start treating your skills as the fundamental building blocks, the atomic units of your entire career. Second, and this is so critical, document everything. Keep a running list of what you've done, and this is the key part, the results you created. So why is documenting everything so important? Simple. Your manager can't see everything you do. They're busy. They have their own work. By tracking your outcomes, you are literally creating the evidence you need to advocate for yourself when it's time for a review. If you don't write it down, that amazing work might as well be invisible. Let's circle back to this idea of skills being the atomic unit of your career. It's such a great way to think about it. Just like atoms are the building blocks of everything, your skills are the fundamental pieces of your professional growth. When you're constantly learning and applying new ones, you're signaling to everyone that you're ready for whatever's next. It makes you basically promotable on demand.
So, what's the end goal of all this quiet, consistent effort? It's autonomy, it's freedom. The ultimate sign that you are ready for a promotion is when your leaders trust you so completely that they just don't feel the need to check in on your work anymore. They know you've got it handled.
And that brings us to the final and maybe the most powerful idea we're going to talk about today. This really reframes the entire promotion process. When a senior role opens up, the question being asked in that closed door meeting is never, okay, who put their hand up for this job?
No, they ask this. Who is already doing the job? Who is already operating at this level, showing us the reliability and the skill we need, even though they don't have the fancy title yet? That is the person who gets the promotion. So the real question for you is, will that person be you?